Welcome. Today we will start projectile motion, and this motion is a special case of curvilinear motion. In last few lectures we studied rectilinear motions and curvilinear motion. Okay. So, let us first know what is a projectile motion. A projectile motion is achieved when a particle is thrown in air other than vertical axis, say this is the vertical axis. So, if when it is thrown in vertical thrown in air, then it will follow this shape. Okay. Now, this particle can be at the ground, when it will be at the ground, say number 1, then that particle will meet here, Okay. When this particle is elevated at some height, okay, and it is thrown. So, the particle will be will meet here. So, this is case second. Okay. When this particle is thrown in inclined plane like this. Okay. So, the particle is meeting at this point. So, this is the case 3. So, this type of situation can be there. Okay. And in all cases we are getting the path of the particle, whatever is we are getting, that is called as trajectory, and this type of motion, it is a projectile motion. Okay. So, let us define projectile motion is experienced by an object or particle that is thrown near the earth surface. Okay. That is also important, near the earth surface. Why near the earth surface? Because the falling of particle is due to gravity, due to action of gravity. It is important. If it is away from earth surface, then this type of situation may or may not happen. Okay. This type of situation may or may not happen, right. There the atmosphere should be free from other type of attractions, right. So, if case 1, if considering case 1, when we are throwing particle at the same elevation. So, this is called as range. Oh, this is called as range. Okay. And the maximum height, okay, maximum height, okay, where the particle can reach, that is, suppose this is point. So, this is at maximum height. Okay. And time taken to go the particle here and here to here, that is the time of flight, Okay. That is the time of flight. Okay. Similarly, in case 2, for case 2, the maximum rise is what? This one plus this one h. Okay. Rise is actually this one, and range is what? Range in this case is this one. Okay. In this one case, range is this one and height is this one, right. So, now I would like to calculate all these parameters okay, for case number 1. Means when particle is throwing at the, when particle is throwing at the ground. Okay. So, say this is okay. Here, okay, let me okay. Suppose A like this. This is x axis, this is y axis. Okay. Initially, this is the velocity, say u, and angle of inclination. This is the projection angle. This is the angle of projection. This is the angle of projection. Say angle theta. Say angle theta. Okay. This is the point. This is the maximum. This is the maximum height. Say h. This is h, and this is say this is range r. Okay. This is range r. This is range r. Okay. Now, in solving the projectile motions, the questions based on projectile motion, you should know few things. First thing is that the component of this velocity, okay, this is u is what? U is the initial velocity. Okay, okay, yeah, you can say is the projection velocity. So, this component is u cos theta, and vertical component is what? U sin theta, right. Okay. At every point, okay, say I am at this point. Okay. So, tangent, what is the velocity? Suppose this is v, and it is a horizontal component and vertical component. It will have horizontal component and vertical component. Okay. At the point which has maximum height, means the tangential velocity is only horizontal, and vertical component of this velocity is 0. Okay. So, tangential velocity is 0. Okay. So, if I am saying this as A, if this as B, if this as C. Okay. If this as C. So, from A to B, what is happening? The velocity, the vertical component is going to decrease. The vertical component is continuously going to decrease, and at point B it is 0. Okay. Maximum at A, okay, then little bit smaller, then here. Okay. Why it is happening? Because the particle is going, in upward direction, and upward direction is against the gravity, and that is why velocity is going to decrease. But when this particle is moving from B to C, okay, then its a component of the velocity, say at this point tangential velocity is this. So, horizontal component, vertical component, it is going to increase from 0 to increase, and here, okay, say here is a vertical component, horizontal component, and this is a tangential component. Okay. So, this is one thing. Okay. Another thing is what about the horizontal component? In projectile motion, the horizontal component of the velocity is always constant. Why it is constant? It is constant because in horizontal in horizontal axis ax is equal to 0, ax is equal to 0, acceleration in horizontal direction it is 0, and in vertical direction value of ay it is minus g, it is minus g, it is minus g. Okay. From this resolution from the component of the velocity, you might be knowing that this is the this is two dimensional, this is two dimensional motion. Okay. This is two dimensional motion, that is why it is the part of curvilinear motion, that is why it is the part of the curvilinear motion, right. So, if the horizontal, if the acceleration, if the acceleration in horizontal action is in horizontal axis is 0, then the initial velocity which is at point A as u cos theta, it will remain same at every point from A to B to C, right. Means horizontal component of velocity u cos theta will be everywhere, okay. It will not change, it will not change, okay. According to Newton's first law, according to Newton's first law, if there is no any force, okay, if there is no any force, there is no any acceleration, then there will the body will keep on moving, okay, with same velocity, okay. So, u cos theta, and vertical component it is going to decrease from A to B and increasing from B to C, okay. So, let us solve, let us find time of flight, maximum height, range, okay. So, that this one that parameter can be calculated separately for if we are considering the motion in x and in y, okay. Acceleration in x direction it is 0, okay, it is 0, therefore, value of r will be what? Value of r will be what? It is u cos theta into time of flight, say it is t, if time of flight it is suppose t. So, r value is this, okay. We will calculate the value of t, okay. So, let us calculate first of all time of flight. So, time of flight let us calculate. So, to calculate the time of flight, let us to calculate the time of flight, what we need to do? What we need to do? Time of flight, consider this one segment, for AB segment, okay. So, time of flight, first of all time of flight, okay. I am considering for segment AB, for A to B, if time is t1, if time is suppose t1, okay. If time is suppose t1, so okay, the vertical component of velocity at point A is what? Initial vertical component of velocity, that is initial velocity, it is u sin theta, and here it is 0, okay. So, we will apply first equation of motion for vertical axis, okay. So, we will apply Vy is equal to uy, okay, plus Ax into ay into t, okay, t. So, Vy component of velocity in y, okay, y it is u sin theta is equal to, okay, no, it is 0 actually, it is this one component is how much? This is this component is 0 equals to uy is what? U sin theta, right. Ay is what? Ay is minus g. So, it is minus g into t. So, what we are getting from here? Okay, t t from A to B. Okay, this is right here A to B. Okay, write it at A to B is equal to u sin theta by g, u sin theta by g. So, what will be the time from A to B to C? Total time, it will be double times of T A B, it will be double times of T A B. So, time of flight, expression for time of flight, that is 2 u sin theta upon 2 g upon g. Okay, 2 u sin theta upon g. Okay. So, this is the time of flight. If this if the time of flight is known to us, then r can be known to us. What will be that? U square upon g, okay, into 2 sin theta into cos theta. So, it is better to put the value of sin 2 theta, u square upon g sin 2 theta, right. And from here for maximum value of r, for maximum value of r, what should be the angle of theta? So, for maximum r means maximum range, what will be the value of sin theta? Sin theta should be 1, because the value of sin theta can be from -1 to +1. So, it should be 1. So, it is how much? Sin pi by 2. So, theta value comes to be pi by 4, means 45 degree. What it mean? If we are projecting the particle in 45 degree angle with certain velocity, then we will get always maximum range. Okay, means AC distance, horizontal distance, that will be higher. Okay. One more thing is remaining here. Since we have the expression for r is equal to u square upon g into sin 2 theta. Okay. So, if I write u square upon g sin 2 times of pi by 2 minus theta. Okay. If I am writing this, okay, then what will be the change? Change will be nothing. Why nothing? Sin pi minus theta is sin theta. Okay. Sin pi minus 2 theta is sin 2 theta. But what this is giving? This is giving that now angle, projection angle, it is pi by 2 minus theta. What it mean? It means that angle alpha and angle pi minus alpha, angle alpha and angle pi by 2 minus alpha will have the same range. What I mean to say is if we are plotting the projectile motion for angle say 20 degree, okay, for 20 degree is this one. Okay. So, when I will plot projectile motion for 70 degree, then we will have same point. Okay. So, this one thing is for range and for maximum range, right. Now, how to calculate the maximum height? Maximum height can be calculated if we use okay, h is this. Okay. So, final velocity is known to us. Okay, it is 0. So, it is better to use third equation of motion, v square minus v square is equal to u square plus 2g plus 2 ax. Okay. So, let us apply that third equation of motion. So, we will get we will get value of h, right. So, v square is equal to u square plus 2 a x into yes, right. V y is what? Okay, in vertical direction we are going to take. So, v y u y, okay, and a y, okay, s y also. V y is what? V y is what? V y is 0 here. U y is what? Initial velocity. Initial velocity is u sin. So, u square sin square theta, okay, u square sin square theta, right, plus 2. A is what? A is minus z. A is minus z. So, it is minus z, and s y is what? H. Okay. So, you calculate what is the maximum height, what is the value of h. You can calculate very easily. You can calculate from here. You can calculate from here that h is how much? U square sin square theta upon 2g. Okay, that is the expression for h. Okay. So, I have derived the expression for each and every parameter, okay, in a projectile motion, but I will advise you to use not to use these formulas. Okay. You apply, it is better to apply equations of motion, okay, as per the requirement you apply and get the result. Okay. So, let us do a few problems. Okay. A pilot flying the bomber, okay, a pilot flying the bomber at a height of 2000 meter, okay. Let us make it 2000 meter, h is equal to 2000 meter, right, with a uniform velocity. Okay. Say this is a ground, with uniform velocity. Okay. So, velocity is uniform velocity, that is u is equal to 600 kilometer per hour. Okay. Uniform velocity of 600 kilometer wants to strike a target on the earth surface. Okay. Earth surface is this one, So, he wants to target the earth surface. Okay. So, what it mean? A pilot means from this aircraft, okay, if he is throwing, okay, a bomb, then the bomb will follow the trajectory of projectile, right, right. Okay. So, at what distance from the target he should release the bomb, means what should be that distance that you need to calculate, that x you need to calculate in this question. Okay. So, to answer this question, I do not think that we should use any formula, Okay. Apply linear apply the equations of motion that were used in rectilinear motion. Okay. It is same. Since this is the horizontal velocity, then what is the vertical component here? Vertical component is 0. Right. So, and vertical component is 0, and we know very well that in horizontal component it is not going to decrease at all, only vertical component is changing. Why? Because a x is 0 and a y is minus z. okay, that we know very well. Okay. So, it is also u is equal to also here 600 kilometer per hour. Okay. So, let us convert this unit 600 kilometer per hour is equal to 600 into 5 by 18. Okay. So, to get the value in meter per second. So, what is that value? It is 600 into 5 divided by 18. So, that is 166.7 meter per second. Okay. So, this is the value of velocity in meter per second actually, okay, in meter per second. So, then okay, horizontal velocity is not going to change, then what will be the value of x? Okay, value of x is very simple. If t time is if bomber takes t time from this point A to this point B. Okay. Let t be the time to hit the target from A to B, then value of x will be what? Then value of x will be 600, oh not 600 kilometer per hour. So, x will be 166.7 into time t, right, because f less than value is 0. So, it is s less than value is 0. So, that is simply okay. Now, how now calculate the value of t from here. Okay, calculate the value of t from here. Okay, since h is given to you, t can be calculated. Okay, what is how vertical component initial velocity it is 0. Okay, initial velocity it is 0. So, you use s barabar ut plus second equation, you use, it is better to use second equation, s barabar ut plus half at square, okay, in terms of y, right. So, s is what? 2000 is equal to u is what? 0, okay, plus half a y is what? G, t is what? We need to calculate. Okay, we need to calculate. So, calculate the value of t from here and put this value over here, and you will get the answer as 3365.07 meter. You will get the answer. Clear, everybody? So, and we have not used any, not even a single formula. So, and next class we will solve few more examples, so that we can have some confidence in solving every type of question. Okay. So, we will continue this lecture in solving the question. Okay. Thank you very much.